There's an indigenous Cherokee story about internal conflict. The story goes like this. There's a young child sitting beside a fire, sitting before a grand elder. And the young child says to the grand elder, I have a battle going on inside of me. I have a white wolf and I have a black wolf. The white wolf is full of love and full of peace and full of compassion, wants truth and wants harmony, wants to be kind to everybody. But my black wolf is so unkind and fearful and full of grief and anger, so angry and frustrated, and I don't know what to do about it. And the grand elder looks at this beautiful child and says, Dear one, we all have both black wolf and white wolf within us. Every single person has both wolves within. The white wolf and the black wolf are both needed. When we only honor one wolf, we starve the other wolf. When we starve the black wolf specifically, what happens is the black wolf gets louder and louder because it needs some acknowledgement of the anger or whatever it is that it's feeling. So when we ignore the black wolf, it gets louder and louder and waits for us to get tired or to weaken so that it can start to come more present in our experience, in our field, in our emotions, and in our life. So the child says to the grand elder, so how do we serve? How do we honor the black wolf without being consumed by the black wolf? And the grand elder says, brilliant question, dear child. And how we do this is we acknowledge when the black wolf comes forward, we acknowledge that the black wolf is angry. And the more we acknowledge what the black wolf is presenting, the more the black wolf can start to calm. And then we can start to serve both our white wolf and our black wolf, because each one is needed and needs to be walking side by side with each other. The black wolf, once we've acknowledged and honored it, has many beautiful qualities like fearlessness and courage, steadfastness. And so when we need some grit and we need to have some courage to face and persevere in our obstacles, this is where our black wolf can shine for us. Black wolf has qualities that white wolf doesn't have. White wolf is compassionate and white wolf is loving and wants to see the highest good for everyone. And sometimes it needs the grit and the passion and the ignition of that black wolf. So when we learn how to honor and serve both our white wolf and our black wolf, that's when we can truly become our most highest integrated whole self. The child asked the grand elder, so why is this important to do? And the grand elder said, it's important because we, on our mission in this life, are really about trying to find a middle way, a way of peace. And if we have a lot of internal conflict, if our white wolf and our black wolf are arguing and in conflict and worrying with each other, which they will do until we've learned how to honor both, then we will be in constant struggle. We will be at war within ourselves, and we cannot handle or find or align consistently to peace. When we can find this quietness through honoring our white wolf and our black wolf, that's when we start to feel a peacefulness and a calmness come over us. And when that happens, that's when we can start to hear our deeper knowing from within. We can hear subtle whispers that we couldn't hear before that will help us to make the most beneficial and best choices for ourselves in each decision through our lives. When we are able to walk this path of balancing our white wolf and our black wolf, that's when we can start to really serve from a place or live a life and express ourselves for honor of our own highest good and the highest good of everyone, the highest good of all. Because that's ultimately when the white wolf and the black wolf can start to work together. That's what starts to be able to come up and to be able to come forth. So the child says to the grand elder, wow, so all we have to do is honor each one, white wolf and black wolf. And grand elder says, yep, that's all we need to do, dear child. And then the child says, so that means all we need to do is acknowledge both the qualities that we have from the white wolf and acknowledge all the qualities we have from the black wolf. And when we acknowledge, they can start to work together. And that means we can start to be more calm and more peaceful. Is that right, Grand Elder? And Grand Elder says, absolutely. Why don't you try it and see how that feels for you? See what your own experience is with it. Grandchild says, thank you so much, Grand Elder. I will try that. I will see how that works for me. Thank you. So what's the moral of the story for you? Do you have a white wolf and a black wolf within you that you're aware of? And what are the qualities of the black wolf and the white wolf within you? Have you ever tried to work with both, honoring and serving both your white wolf and your black wolf? And if so, how'd that go for you? And how does this story land for you? And what will you choose? What will you feed? Will you feed both, white wolf, black wolf? Will you neglect one? Or will you play, experiment, and try and experience potentially working and honoring both and see what unfolds? Wishing you a very beautiful day. Namaste.